to An Apple a Day. This is your host, Apple. Hope you all are doing well today. We're going to go ahead and start with our 5-minute meditation. I do my very best, and that's enough. I am free from anxiety. Today I will get through any obstacles I encounter. I am shifting my thoughts to the positive side. I detach myself from my worries. I am tolerant. Today is a new day. I breathe in relaxation. I am centered and quiet. I feel my muscles relax every time I exhale. I remain in balance with my emotions. I remain in a positive frame of mind. I cope with my anxiety with the skills I have learned. I am capable of solving solutions that worry me. I release any anxiety over the way I am living my life. I choose to fill my mind with positive thoughts. I am restoring my emotional balance. I remain calm and relaxed in stressful situations. I am willing to be at peace with myself and everyone. I live my truth. I'm making positive changes in my life. My mind is becoming peaceful. I release the tension in my body and relax. I refuse to let negative thoughts enter my head. I avoid overanalyzing my decisions. I let go of my need to be a people pleaser. Anxiety is a part of life and it holds no weight over me. I make decisions from a grounded and centered place. I can solve challenges when I remain calm. I am capable of solving any problems. I'm going to find my way out of this. I breathe in the energy of peace all day long. I'm aware of my balanced, calm center. I am strong and can overcome any obstacle in my life. I can stop negative thoughts with ease. My breathing is calm and slow. I have everything I need to face any obstacles that come. I will remember that most stressors will mean little in the long run. I am feeling better as I move on from my worries. I am surrounded by calm and serene energy at all times. I breathe in relaxation. I breathe out tension. I have enough willpower to say no to bad thoughts. Everything is just fine. I am much stronger than I had realized. I am readjusting my thoughts to allow for more positivity. I breathe deeply when I am in a stressful situation. Tomorrow allows for new opportunities. I'm currently reducing my anxiety levels. I take things one day at a time. My breathing is anchored from within my core, and this breathing is relaxing to my body and mind. I will stay calm when stressful situations arise. I am at inner peace. I can get through any obstacle. That'll do it for a 5-minute meditation. So let's go ahead and get into the episode topic. Okay, so today's episode topic is the question: the one thing that is most important for me to let me restart. The one thing that is most important to me and worth living for is. So, I feel like it's kind of hard to pinpoint one specific thing that keeps you going for the future, right? Like keeps you living, you know? Sometimes it's hard to identify just one thing because we have a lot of things that we care about, you know? Friends, families, significant other, career, hobbies, passions, etc., etc., right? It can be hard to dwindle it down to just, what's one thing that's, that's worth it. And I think that the commonality in all those things is the future. The reason why we think of those aspects of our life, those connections, those relationships that we have with other things and people, it's all in terms of the future. How will things be affected at a later date, a later time, you know? So, with the future, all aspects, impossible outcomes, scenarios, lessons, connections, interactions, emotions such as love or pain, sadness or anger, are worth living for. For me personally, one of the most important things has been one, I know that, if I had an untimely demise, I know it would affect so many lives. So I always keep that in the back of my head, that it can affect others, and how much it will affect others varies in my role and the importance in their lives. But something that is really important specifically for myself is understanding, or I guess which is important to me really, is how much growth I would be exposed to. How much I can grow as a person, how much I can grow in each individual role that I play in people's lives, how much my loves and my passions and my hobbies can grow, kind of thing. I guess one analogy of that is when I was in like grade school and stuff, right? There would be people that would cheat on like spelling tests and stuff like that. And I understood from fundamentally, like at that young age. Like, that was like 5th grade and younger. But specifically in 5th grade, I remember that one of my best friends at the time, or one of my closer friends at the time, cheated on her spelling test. And she was doing poorly, so I understood it in that aspect, and I empathized with her in that aspect. You know, I want you to do well in the class as well. But it never seemed right to me that cheating would be the way out, because you're essentially, you know, cheating your way out of seeing yourself improve. And I kind of was not just, you know, seeing yourself improve, but, you know, actually understanding what you know and what you don't know. You never get to really test your actual abilities when, like, you cheat. And I kind of carried that aspect over to all aspects of my life in terms of, like, seeing cheating. So, like, using unfair advantages and stuff, and, like, working to get ahead, or cheating in schoolwork a lot, specifically, because I've always been pretty serious about education. And even cheating in relationships, you know, you don't get to see what the full potential of something could be if you don't try your hardest, or you are not the most genuine that you could possibly be at any given time. Especially when it comes to relationships, you look towards the future of any given relationship. You want to see how it will improve, or maybe you want to see how it will deteriorate if the person's toxic, or, you know, you want a reason to not like the person, not having them in your life, kind of thing, whatever it may be. But I think generally look for a positive outcome. And I think it's really important, especially when it comes to relationships with people and our connections with people, that we're always as genuine as possible. And that comes along with, like, my policy of being open and honest at all times, even when it's, like, hard to do so. But because otherwise you really do cheat yourself out of, you know, genuine friends and family and others that care about you, to the extent that you want them to care about you and actually mean it and to be genuine. So I know that there are people out there, you know, they lie about all kinds of things, you know, and manipulate people so that they would like them. And I understand one of the biggest things is that a lot of people, if they showed their true self, you know, they don't feel like they'd be likable. So it goes back to my friend that cheated on that test in 5th grade, right? Yeah, you're getting a good grade, but are you actually learning? Do you actually understand what you don't know? Are you actually improving yourself? And the answer to those questions was no, you know? So when you lie or you manipulate the truth of who you are, but also wonder, you know, why people don't like you for you, you never show people who you are. Not really. And you're cheating yourself out of genuine connections, genuine relationships, right? And, you know, sometimes it does come to the fact that, you know, you may not have the prettiest personality. You know, you may not be the most fun person to be around. But the best part of that aspect is that you have the opportunity to grow and you have the opportunity to change. Personal growth is one of the most important things that you can look forward to in the future. And if you don't like something about yourself, whether it be physical, whether it be a mental or emotional thing, a psychological thing, if you have the opportunity to change it to be in your favor, change it to be in your favor. Don't fake it. Actually put in the work to change that thing. So not only would other people, like that aspect of you, but you like that aspect of you. And I think that's seriously the most important thing in the world, is that no matter what happens in the world, you need to like you at the end of the day, because you're who you have to live with. Every day when you get up in the morning, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you look in the mirror, you have to live with you. And that means living with all your decisions, all your mistakes, all your choices that you've made in every aspect. So if you have to always have that thought in the back of your head, or you have to have that carried on your shoulder, you might as well make it be someone that you can be proud to say that when you look in the mirror, that you like that person. You like the person in the mirror. You like who you are. And you like waking up to it. And you also like and enjoy the fact that other people can have a positive interaction and like you for you. Not some fake or proxy that you made up. They can actually like you for you. Another aspect of the future that I think about is seeing the impacts that I have on the world and the legacy and lessons. Oh, well, that's another part. Seeing the impact I have on the world and in other people's lives. So, as I said, I live my life in general very happy, because the aspects of myself that I didn't like, I changed them so that I did like them. If I'm too shy, then or I felt like I was too introverted, for example, right? I have social anxiety, so it's like, it's hard for me, being outside or in a group of people. It's hard for me to do that because I'm very nervous. I'm very shy. I'm very to myself. But I've worked my last job as a tutor at a college. It pushed me out of my comfort zone because I have to interact with people, every day. I'm intimate with them in the sense that, I'm finding out what is the best way to help them excel, be a better them. So in short terms, like how their study habits are improving and stuff. In the long term, them getting that degree to better their lives and, go on and make a life that they're proud of. So it pushed me out of my comfort zone to be able to do that. And, when the situation arises now, I can be social and I'm not too shy about talking to people. I think more than that, I'm not afraid to be myself and just, specifically like be goofy or whatever, or be confident at times, in public. I think back when I was shy and, I'm still reserved, but in the sense of you could never see any aspect of my personality besides if you knew me in a very intimate setting, as in, like, you knew me for a long time, or, like, we'd gone to class every day, like, stuff like that. There was no way for you to know my personality or know how I am as a person. And I come off, like, standard. I kind of, have RBF. So I think it was important for me to allow my personality to shine through at all times, as appropriate. And I think that's made like one of the biggest differences in not only how I view myself, but me being comfortable in myself, and my ways that are goofy and nerdy and stuff that it's not everybody's cup of tea. I acknowledge that, and I don't try to force it to be everybody's cup of tea. Some people like coffee, and that's fine. You know, but for the people that want to have me in their lives, I don't hold back on being who I am. Unadulterated, unfiltered, raw version of me that I love. I also want other people that want me in their lives and care about me to also have that part of me, to also see and appreciate that aspect of me that is raw and unfiltered and unapologetically myself. I'm still young, so the impact I have on the world is not too much at this point, and I have hoped for impacting the future, specifically like career wise, making an impact and making a difference in the research community, towards finding cures for diseases and whatnot, right? At the very basic level, like me doing this podcast is an impact to the world. I know I have life experiences, I have lessons that can be helpful and can be shared to others along their journey of finding themselves and living for the future, specifically for their personal growth and all aspects that it affects. It's one of the ways that I make an impact at a smaller level, but I know that if I have an audience or backing behind it, that it could be big enough to affect millions or billions even, and if it helps even one person, it's enough for me. The same thing I did with my entertainment venues like Twitch and YouTube. I always wanted to provide a safe space for others, to just, kind of escape from the day-to-day whatevers, and just, come and vibe and chill, watch me play video games, laugh, and, just really relax. And that's something that I'm always going to try and pursue, to, have available for others, to, have a place to relax. But again, it's something that's so small in the grand scheme of things, but has the potential to make the biggest difference in the world and in other people's lives, and it's worth it to me just to have the possibility of that impact. Lastly, right, in terms of like the future, it's important to me to realize the legacy that I'm leaving behind, and the lessons and groundwork that are also being left behind with that. And I think it's interesting when people say, They don't expect to have a legacy, or they don't really see an aspect of their legacy being left behind. But I think they forget that them living their lives every day, the interactions they have every day, all their decisions and choices, those are all part of your legacy, because, butterfly effect is in effect in all aspects. So you don't know how your decisions and everything will affect you until never, really. But you can kind of imagine based on certain decisions. So, for example, you helped some homeless by feeding them every day, and they eventually got enough strength to be on their feet and restore their lives, or get on their feet and actually establish their lives, or maybe you rescued animals, and those animals now have a opportunity to make an impact in other people's lives, and aid them in whatever journey that they need to be aiding them on, right? So I think it's really interesting and perspective for me, and it should be perspective for you guys. Seeing my history and taking an active part as I write my future in reasons or ways that people are going to remember me by is super important to me. And this aspect of the future is, it's the active part. It's what you're doing along the way. It's the actual journey to getting to your destination kind of thing. A lot of people will go through life and they don't ever really live it. Some people go through life and unfortunately they just exist. And at some point I realized that I was kind of just existing. I wasn't really, living life, and I was very unhappy because I wasn't. And I didn't realize until I realized, how unhappy I was, that, me not living my life was a main contributor to that. So playing an active part in how you write your legacy, creating memories and connections that are meaningful to you are super important, right? I know in a lot of accounts of people, having near-death experiences, myself included, right? You do see, your life flash before your eyes. That's what majority of everybody always says in those type of situations. Is your life flashes before your eyes, and there's the theory with that, and there's also like I think they're both aspects of cool. The main aspect I want to talk about is that when your life flashes before your eyes, it's all moments that were meaningful to you, and and have impacted you in some way, shape, or form, that are made available to you. And the quickest PowerPoint presentation slide a PowerPoint presentation you will ever see. It's so many memories just so flashing by so quickly. And one of the reasons that I think it's scientific that I've heard from that taking place is that the reason why your life flashes before your eyes in near-death experiences, or in in near-death experiences is because you're searching for a way out of that situation, searching for a way out of that near-death experience. And I think that's such an interesting theory, and I kind of support it because in the aspect of if you're gonna meet an untimely demise, as I said earlier for myself, if there is no way for you to get out of that situation, so a lot of times when people die in situations like that, a lot of times people can still die because they may identify something that will get them out, but they don't have reaction time or control over other things that are affecting the situation to prevent the death. But what is important, or what is interesting about that, is even if you don't find a way out of the situation, is every slide on that PowerPoint presentation that is your life. A happy one, a sad one. Usually it's not going to be 100% of either, right? But what you should evaluate is, was I happy? Was I satisfied in the amount of life that I have lived? Did I make a difference in my own life, other people's lives that I care about? How will my accident impact others? And all those questions are being answered through this PowerPoint slide that is your life as flashing before your eyes. And sometimes you do get the opportunity, people do get the opportunity, they don't die, and it's like it's a second chance to change that. If you're answering no to all those questions and you get a second chance, what that second chance is for is to be able to, from that point on, start living a life that you're going to be proud of. That when that PowerPoint presentation does flash again, it may be sad at the beginning, but at least towards the end, you created something that is a happiness for you at the very least. And I think that's incredibly important and meaningful. And that's about it I have for the topic. So we're gonna end off with 3 good things. So 3 good things. I'm moving out, new apartment for myself. Not too many details of that, but I'm moving out. I'm going to the adult, and that'll be interesting. I've had really good talks with my friends lately. And me leaving here, me moving, and I'm moving pretty far away, right? For pharmacy school, from where I currently am. I'm sad that I don't get to see my friends on a whim anymore, because I can't just call them up and be meeting with them to just chill in the city for an hour or anything. I can't do that anymore. But it has meant so much to me to see the impact I've had in those individuals' lives and the growth that I've experienced since living here. Even if it was not the most optimal to me, I did make the best of it. And I appreciate myself for having grace and humility and patience to do so. And for sure, I'm gonna miss him like hell. But I've already, we've made plans to, hang out and then come visit me and stuff. But I'm happy to be, returning home to where I feel like home is. But as much as I say that, I'm glad that I found a home that is not physical. Like, I found a home in like comfort in each of these individuals that I call my friends. And I think that is so beautiful. To get to the point where, you can appreciate people like that, and they make such an important and impact in your lives. And I hope I've impacted their lives in a positive way as much as they've impacted mine. I love them, and I'm for sure gonna miss them like hell. They know who they are. I love you guys. I think that'll be, the three good things. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. As always, you can contact me at an apple a day on Twitter. Questions, comments, concerns, topic, ideas, anything, let me know. But as always, thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you have a good one. Take care, y'all. Bye.